In object design, there is this approach where you take mundane things like cardboard rolls to find new forms and shapes. And in this example, to find even more shapes than just gluing it together, I put over it some stretchy fabric. And with that, the shape got a bit different. And as you see here, you can use that approach like sketching in 2D by testing out what different shapes would do and how they would act together with the fabric when you put over it. And in this avant-garde project, I'm going to do just that, but on a much bigger scale, to make a dress that is avant-garde fashion. For my mundane object, I'm using chairs and crates because they are easy movable and stackable and available to me. In building the sculpture, it was important to me that it has architectonical, interesting features, so as not to make a sculpture with the idea in mind to make a skirt from the outlines, rather an interesting sculpture. I covered it with blankets, white blankets, and there are still holes, but I don't care. So I'm just going to work, and right now I took some photos and video of how it looks now, and then in half an hour I do that again so that I see my progress, not only with the time lapses but also with photos. I'm gonna drape the fabric now onto this form like I would on a dress form and see where it goes and what interesting forms I can explore and do, and I'm using pins, and if I'm happy in the end I can sew it, but I don't know if I will. We'll see. I finished 2/3 of the structure now, and the last third I'm going to do off camera this evening, so tomorrow I can decide how to go on, if I want to sew everything, if I want to cut away the excess fabric, if I want to add some more things like things sticking out, things going in, just holes that you see the structure within. I don't know yet. I'm going to surprise myself tomorrow with that, and you too. Yeah, so see you then. It is the next day and I already decided what to do. I'm going to cut away the excess fabric and look how it turns out. And then I'm going to sew it shut so I can transfer it to a dress form and work on the dress separately. You just saw the finished result without the additional fabrics, and now I'm going to sew it shut. I haven't decided if I sew everything by hand because some lines could also be made by machine, but I'm going to decide through the process. I'll see you back again when I have sewed everything. 2 days of hand sewing it took me to sew all the seams I draped on the sculpture. I can now take it away from the sculpture and put it on the dress form for the first time. To find out where to place the neck hole, I test out different things. I take the fabric and hold it out to kind of imagine how the shapes could form, imagine for myself how this could evolve, what shapes could go where, and how I like it. It's more a thing of feeling where it should go rather than having a real plan where it should go, as this project is more about exploring rather than making something that I have in my mind. So here I have my garment on the dress form. It is very wide and you barely can see the nice seams that I did that come from the sculpture of the chairs. And to enhance that, I overlocked all the seams with black thread, so the contrast is there and you can see those other lines and they will be in contrast to the new things I create. And to create new volume, I test now what to put in. And ultimately I'm using hazel twigs because they are sturdy and bendy, they don't break easily and still have some flexibility to them that also isn't controllable, and I like that about it. It's very explorative. I put 1 or 2 hazel twigs in, and when I like the shape I'm securing them with a few hand stitches. And with that the garment gets shape from step to step by each hazel twig. This was my very first dabble in more abstract fashion design and I loved the outcome. I liked the explorative nature of this project, even though it was a bit rough start because I'm used to do sophisticated garments. However, as soon as I realized that this is about study of form and how to achieve it, I went into it and really enjoyed the work. Overall, this approach of designing fashion, not based on the human body, was refreshing and interesting. If you'd like to see something even more experimental, you can watch my video about my performance. Or if you want to see something more sophisticated, you can watch my video about a kimono coat. Thank you very much for watching, and if you subscribe you won't miss out on my next video where I work with 9 duvets and wear them. Bye!